Hello everyone and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session I'm going to be tying pattern number 2 from my Plu Stiniog book by Emrys, Trout flies for North Wales. And this one, they all have Welsh names. This one is called the Rhwyfwr Cochddu Bach, which basically means the small red-black sedge in English. And it's pretty much the same as pattern number 1. But for the sake of the video library being complete and proper, I am tying it on the recommended size 10. The Rhwyfwr Cochddu Bach is tied on a size 8. And one's used for night fishing and one is used for day fishing, the smaller one being the one used for day fishing. So check out the video descriptions for both. It's quite humorous in that one of the materials is from the scrotum of a black ram. It's not going to be happening here today. You won't see me chasing rams around the field. I'm going to be using a substitute for that material. So to tie this fly, we're going to need a Camazan B405 in size 10 or a 170 or 175, completely up to you guys. For the rib, I'm going to be using a fine gold wire. This one's a French wire by Vineyard, size 27. For the body, I'm going to be using a mixture of these two dubbings here, the claret and the black, to get the same colour. I'll show you a picture of what we're going for, and so you get an idea. So it is on page 16 and 17. That one was done in episode 1. That's the Rhwyfwr Cochddu Bach. And this one is the Rhwyfwr Cochddu Bach, which is the smaller version really. So there we are. The wing is supposed to be Tawny Owl. We're going to be using slips of Canada Goose Primaries. And for the hackle, we're going to be using English grey partridge. I think I've covered all the materials there. Apart from my thread, we're going to be using a uni thread in 8/0 in wine, which is a claret colour as well. And coming at the eye and bed your hook. We're going to stop about there. So I like to tie my wire in now. There we are. I've got some wire ready to go from the last tying. And then we're going to take the thread to where the bend starts. On this particular pattern, it's in between the point and the barb when you let it dangle. Then we're going to start our dubbing. So I'm going to apply some claret first. Like so. And then I'm going to apply some black. So that they run together on the same thread. And it's basically to darken it. The original the wool from the Rams Scrotum was a dark brown, very dark brown, almost black. So we should get a very similar coloration. Now I have already posted these two flies, the male and the back, the little and small, and I wasn't happy with them. I don't think I did them justice, so I've decided to redo them. I actually did just the one pattern and tried to include both on there, and I wasn't happy with doing that either, so I've decided to redo them. So we're going to rib the fly with the gold wire. Tie that off. Pull the thread tight and wiggle the wire, and it should eventually snap free under metal fatigue. There we go, we got there in the end. Then we're going to get our partridge feather. We're going to strip off the fluff. So you're left with that. Then we're going to find the point of the feather using our hackle pliers. Push the fibres back. Now the feather's got a natural curve. You want it curving towards the hook when you tie it in. Just makes things easier for you. I'll trim away the excess there. There we are. And then get your preferred hackle pliers. In this case, these are my Stonfo Elite Midge hackle pliers. I'm going to brush the fibres back. It just makes it a bit easier to wind the hackle on. I normally put the whole feather on. There we go. So this one was normally fished as either a dropper at night or it was fished on the point in the daytime. Back when they used to night fish reservoirs and lakes for brown trout in North Wales. I don't think it's really a done thing now. So I'm going to brush the fibres back like so, and then we're going to start doing our wing. Now with the wing on this one, because it's a smaller hook, you need less of a wing. So it's going to be a thinner wing. Let's start with your side. I can do both at the same time these days, but I haven't had enough practice yet to do it on camera, so I'm doing it the old way, how I know best. One at a time, like so. Trim away. And then start to form your head. and then whip finish. And then trim away. So my channel is basically going to be punctuated by flies from this book. Obviously I'll be doing, you know, your usual more popular patterns, but I just found it fascinating that there's like 133 patterns in this book that most people have probably never heard of or even tried unless they've got the book. So I just wanted to share it with everybody. There's no such thing as a fly fishing museum, really. Not where I'm, not that I'm aware of anyway. And so I wanted to preserve them. Plus the fact, a photo and a bit of text isn't normally enough to get a pattern tied up. I thought a step-by-step guide on camera would be the best way to do that. Anyway, that is the Rhwyfwr Cochddu Bach. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to look at the video description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.